Hey, what the fuck? Welcome to Alki, or Alki, the alternate history mod for EU4, which answers the question, what if nothing made sense ever? Naturally, you might just think this is a map mod that moves some countries around, and unfortunately, it's a lot worse than that. It's, much worse. From what I can gather, there's kind of lore, but like, only sort of. None of it actually makes real sense according to real life. For instance, the religions. I'm not even entirely sure what dynastic is, but for some reason, it's the state religion of the Canadian Empire of China, which is a thing that exists. Partisan is the official faith of the Holy Californian Empire. I don't even know what this actually means, but okay. And back in the old, well, new old world, I guess, we of course have a bunch of brand new religions, and there might be mission trees for some of these guys, but I didn't check. Well, at least colonizing this old new world can't be any worse than current patch new world, am I right? Anyway, let's just get started. There's a bunch of lore here if you feel like reading it, but here we are as the Kingdom of Tokyo, which is basically a tiny little shogunate down here. We don't appear to have a very large mission tree, but considering all of the formable options we have, I don't think that's going to last very long. We can start by grabbing a couple of rivals, and let's deal with the estates. Well, that looks good enough to me. Although it looks like we don't actually have the shogunate government reform, which would normally give us a bunch of abilities, and instead we'll probably have to deal with all of this unrest manually. Well, let's see what we can do. First, let's placate somebody. Now, obviously, the trade situation has changed quite dramatically, no longer just having a single trade node for all of Japan. Now we have the Satanese trade node, the Shogun's trade node, and the Tidewater trade node. This looks like it's probably going to be the pseudo-end node we're gonna grab, depending on how much we conquer inwards into, America, sort of America. Okay, so this continent is still part of America, I see. And then down here we have Mexico. Wait a second, why is Florida part of Japan? Hold on a minute. Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that. Well, that was to be expected. Looks like we're already off to a good start. Well, no worries, it looks like it's mainly just the one dude here who's trying to kick me out. Well, hopefully this doesn't turn into a big problem. At least for now we can reform the Shogun Court. Our nation is in a very precarious situation. Yeah, you don't say. Well, at least we can pick up some money and Liberty Desire reduction. And for all of you wondering, I actually can't pick up strong duchies for some reason. I know someone's gonna mention this at some point, but yeah, I'm just not able to. Well, now that I have an alliance, I don't think it'll be that much of an issue if I go ahead and maybe speed 5 a little bit. Speed 5 moves really quickly in this mod. Now, as for the Renaissance, it looks like it's going to have to spawn in a region called Sun-Kissed, and I'm not entirely sure where that's supposed to be, which means it's probably somewhere I can't see. Alright, looks like we're the first to pick up Miltech 4, which reduces the Liberty Desire in my subject just enough for me to royal marry them. We can also pick up the next Diplotech. Alright, yeah, I have no idea where this is. Looks like we're unfortunately going to have to spawn it in our capital, which really sucks. But what can you really do? I will now proceed to do mild amounts of trolling by revoking the trading rights of the subjects. I'm sure they won't mind. According to my handy development chart, it appears that 25 is a better number to start deving an institution at than 26. So let's go ahead and exploit a little bit. Now the last real issue to deal with is Chiba, who has their independence supported by 3 countries. Yeah. Well, we are rivaled to 2 of them. I think we could probably start by attacking at least one. It's a quick little trick for you, by the way. If someone is supporting the independence of your subject, you can go and attack them, and then they'll be forced to remove their support. Now there's one more supporter we have to deal with. Alright, not bad at all. Now that all the subjects are fully loyal, we can claim a new throne, which grants some extra prestige and decreased coring cost. And I just realized, to unite the southern cities diplomatically, I'm actually gonna have to wait until Diplotech 5. So maybe taking that mission that early was a little bit of a mistake. Yeah, whatever. For the first reform, I'll just take the same thing as usual. And there we are. Now that we've embraced the Renaissance, we can grab the next Diplotech a little bit faster. Oh, what, sorry? Okay, I don't even know how to react to this. Right, so anyway, we can take the next Diplotech, and as soon as I get 1 stability, we'll be good to go. Alright, beautiful. So now we are the southern cities of Japan, which means we can make a couple more states. And yep, that is a much larger tree. Preparing for invasion will give us a whole bunch of claims. And we've restored old Tokyo. It seems the next idea here would be to start exploring, and considering our ideas, I think that's what we're supposed to do. Colonial range, global tariffs, which suck, but don't worry about that. Definitely giving me some solid colonial vibes. The Shogun trade has been reclaimed. We have a mission here that requires us to be at least somewhat decent friends with somebody, so we can't really do much conquering for the time being, but we can build buildings. And it seems rivaling Ainu was also the trigger for this mission, which grants us 100 military power, some more permanent claims, and 5% governing capacity. Alright, let's see what this reaching across the aisle thing is all about. We can choose to either send a delegate, and possibly try and go for a political union, or we can decide that it's not worth our time. Well, if it's free land, it's free land. I'm just not entirely sure how this is going to play out. Well, we can give it a shot. Alright. That was a lot better than I expected. With this personal union, we also complete this mission, but I don't think we're going to get anything else quite as easily from now on. Alright, Admin Tech 5. So the first idea group is obviously going to be exploration, as the game wants me to do. We'll grab a couple of light ships, we'll give them an explorer, and let's prepare for colonization. While the Navy is off and exploring, we're going to do a little bit of trolling real quick. We're Tech 6 and everyone else is like Tech 4, so this really isn't going to be that hard. Shikoku's going to give me some fat stacks of cash and break some alliances. And we'll have Shimane do the same. And obviously here we'll just go for the full annex. Alright, not bad. Looks like we've also just discovered Europe, which has the tribes of the Britons, Eire, and whoever this is, probably France or something. You'll notice a lot of the provinces are actually the same as from older patches of EU4. For instance, Ireland is back to having 4 provinces, and there ends up not actually being a whole lot to colonize. But that's okay. And here we are in Roussillon. Looks like we'll have to colonize at least 1 entire province before we can grab this, but as soon as I get a little bit more splendor, I'm gonna pick up basically the Portugal equivalent for this mod. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, I thought I would let you guys know that not a whole lot of you are actually subscribed, but if you want to, you can change that. Anyways, we have a war to be fighting. Ainu only has Miltech 5 as opposed to our 6, so this also shouldn't be much of a problem. And rip. Well, that's around half of the Ainu army. Just to speed things up, I'm gonna go ahead and slap this fort. And this one too. Now we can easily get Hiroshima out, and now we can take what we came for. And to finally complete this mission, all I have to do is take this province. Sheesh, okay. Don't mind if I do. Alright, this mission's finally complete. Now all we have to do is push south. Well, here goes the first province. Now we're just gonna need a few more. And the first colony in Europe is completed. I'll gladly accept that second colonist, and we can get started on the next province. Alright, I think that'll do. That should give us all the provinces we need for this mission right here. Now, to reform Nippon, it looks like we're going to have to own this province, which is a little bit awkward considering, yeah, we kind of have a while to wait on this. Well, for now, I guess we can focus a little bit on colonization. It seems like the mission tree is going to be a lot about colonization, so for the next idea group, I wouldn't feel too bad if we picked up expansion. It's been a while since I've played a colonial game, which isn't the worst experience ever. Things are going pretty well so far, although I wasn't really paying attention to what this agenda wanted, so now I'm colonizing over here as well. Looks like Canada has taken Ireland, and I'm still happy to just sit here and relax. I am a little bit confused about what this says though. Now that means there should be a colony spawning in here. There we go. Now for a colonial region as thick as this one, I'm thinking I'm probably going to turn this into a self-governing colony. Alright, let's continue colonizing. After all, we still have to wait around 22 years. And let's not forget, of course, to provide a couple of subsidies, or else this colony's not going to do much. Alright, we have a new king, and, yeah, not a great heir to the throne. Unfortunately, this heir is below average. Okay, that one colony is complete. And we're gonna use that bonus to make this a little bit faster, since we do eventually have to control 75 provinces in this region. I'm not sure if this means this region specifically, or if it could include this region, but I'm pretty sure it's Europa. While we're waiting here, I wonder how the rest of the world's been doing so far. The Union of California is, doing as expected. Canada defended the Maple Throne, so good for them. And it looks like Ohio is trying to contest with me for exploration. Well, I don't see any evidence of them actually doing anything, so there's not really much to be worried about for now. We'll just keep an eye on them. Evidently, there are far worse things to be worried about. It seems a plague has spread across the New World, where every single country has to end its name in IA. Of course, we have the regular Assyria and Armenia, but now we have Saudia, Sudania, Djiboutia, Yemenia, Emirtias, well, Somalia, Chadonia, Marfilia, Lagosia, Monrovia, Ramonia, and the worst of all, Bavaria. Well, not bad, but could be a little more balanced. There we go. Alright, we've made our way to Keltland, which is apparently the city of Odin. That's news to me. I see. So we went into the city looking for Odin, and as you can expect, he wasn't there, so we can decide to raise the city out of anger, and the fact that it's like basically a plagued vessel, or we can just chill. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna end up changing the culture and religion if I don't do anything, so we'll just let it chill there. Well, now we can contact the Germans, which apparently just gives us a bunch of free claims. Yes, very friendly contact indeed. Oh my god, it looks like Canada's starting to colonize aggressively. They're currently going after 4 provinces at once. I honestly thought I would be the only one doing that, but as it turns out, they get an extra colonist in their ideas. Yeah, that would explain a lot. Well, we still have the advantage for now, and as long as I keep taking the coasts, we shouldn't see too many problems. Now, all of the issues back home have been dealt with, and I have a bunch of claims and missions to be taking this territory for, and I technically wouldn't have to core any of it, so I think it might be time to do a little bit of trolling. Seriously? I didn't even get colonialism. Really? Florida spawned colonialism. And they have a junior partner, Naples, but there's no Naples. Huh? Okay. We're still going to get some fairly quick spread because, of course, we have a New World colonial nation and our capital is 48 development, but it would have been really great to spawn it. Expansion ideas are finally complete, which means we can get an extra 20 global settler increase. Now, if I wanted to, I could remove the repression policy and swap to trading policy, so I would never receive any more uprisings. However, the current policy does give me an extra 20, so I don't feel too inclined. Some of these tags are allied together in small hug boxes, but let's take for example Schleswig. No, literally, like I'm gonna take it. Alright, so from Britannia, I'm just gonna take a little bit of money and those alliances, maybe some more reps as well. And I'll be taking that too, thank you very much. Of course, I don't actually have to core these, they'll just go straight to my subject who will core them for me. The only issue is I might have to deal with the unrest around here, but we'll see. Oddly enough, if I take the provinces myself and then hand them off to my subject, they don't seem to be getting any separatism. Not sure if that's a bug or intended, but that seems to be what's happening. Alright, now let's take the rest of this land as well. Would anybody like to explain to me why New Canada is a vassal instead of a colony? That's kinda weird. I don't like it. Also, isn't there supposed to be like a reformation or something? That's usually how we leave the Age of Discovery. What is it, like the partisan? Oh yeah, okay, it is. Sorry, excuse me, is that an anarchist center of reformation? If there's one thing I'm going to have to get used to while playing this mod, it's gonna have to be to stop questioning things. Right, so if we try to annex Holland, I'm pretty sure they're just going to disappear. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work out, since I haven't touched any of the New World in a long time. Yeah, but let's just see. Oh, they were actually annexed. Huh, well that's unexpected. Alright, let's do the same for these two, and that should finish up this mission for us. Alright, colonialism has spawned in Fuji after I dev the gold mine a whole lot, which means our capital is getting 12 spread per month. Pretty impressive. Well, that should be done in no time. With the introduction of my heavy ships here, we've successfully protected our interests. I'm also going to spend the 1,000 ducats here just to upgrade our capital to a level 3 trade center, which will finish this mission, granting production efficiency, yearly tax, and institution spread. Really quickly, I'm just going to go and clean up the tribes here as well. Ah, that figures. Well, at least the Queen Consort's pretty good. I might even extend this regency. So now we have this colonial nation here that belongs to Canada as a crown colony. And we have New Canada, which is a vassal. Okay. We're gonna have to fix that one of these days. The truce with Britannia is over, so let's do some light trolling. And it looks like not only is the entire Balkans put into the same culture group with everything else, but it's also all the same culture. I'm sure my comment section's gonna love this one. So first of all, we'll get these guys out. And then same thing with these guys. Okay, well, the Queen died, but at least the air isn't terrible. I blink and Canada makes like 5 colonies, bruh. You have to be joking. Completing this mission seems harder and harder by the day. I think right now the colony has somewhere around 50 provinces, but I'm not sure we're gonna end up at 75. Well, we'll see. In the meantime... Alright, that's probably the most we're going to get out of Europa for now. To complete these missions, we're going to have to attack Ainu and take what they've grabbed here. And coincidentally, we have to fight Ainu anyway, so I'm just not going to worry about that for now. Instead, I'm going to take a look down south now that we've annexed our subject in Japan. And now that we can form Nippon, I can go ahead and grab this mission. Of course, we can now get our permaclaims, and we'll focus down Ainu while they're still weaker than us. Right, so slight miscalculation, it looks like the entire Ainu army is in Europe and not in Japan. I thought maybe half of it would be over here, but no, it's pretty much the entire thing. Well, good luck, Europa. You'll be fine, probably. Now, I don't often like to criticize mission trees because most of them are fine, but I really find that there's no reason why you shouldn't be allowed to push both north and south at the same time. Just some part of this doesn't really make sense to me. But because of that weird restriction, I'm going to have to pull a couple of odd shenanigans here and there. So Shimane here is going to break one of their alliances, but they're going to keep their alliance with Ainu. Now when this truce is up in around 6 years, we'll be able to declare on Shimane again, which we'll call in Ainu, and hopefully by that point we will have finished the Ainu cores, and then we'll be able to white peace Ainu to make that truce shorter. Alright, no problem, let's get Kyushu out of this war. Hold on a second, does this just say France, but... Wait. France. Okay, that's going. We've dominated Tohoku, which means we're going to have to wait a pretty long time. Or at least until this truce is up. Okay, so my army here seems to have no clipped into the back rooms, because we can't seem to find it anywhere on Earth. It's a little bit concerning, actually. I have no idea how this is possible. And now they're back. Okay then. Ah, I see. Well, that doesn't seem like a very efficient path to me. Okay, I think I get it. So if you go into this province and dig a hole into the center of the Earth, then take the secret underground railway, which goes across the entire planet, you can arrive in Africa all the way over here. Oh my god, it actually worked. Wait a second. Well, the war is back on for today. The main goal this time is to get a white peace out of Ainu so we can get a 5-year truce with them, after which we can take a couple more provinces and, once again, solve this problem. Well, that was easy enough. Ah yes, man-made horrors beyond my comprehension. Now, from Shimane, I'm just going to take the one province I have a claim on because why not? And we'll inevitably have to fight them in 5 years anyway, so it doesn't really matter what I put in this truce. Yeah, we'll just go with this. The borders here have been looking a little too ugly for too long, so I'll just remove a couple. Next, I'll do the same for Bavaria. Okay, now we're just getting ridiculous. Furansu is back, and now we have Porando as well. I can see a whole lot of creativity going on here. The truce with Ainu's up, so let's go to war again. Alright, we have a new colonial nation called Baruto. I have no idea what this is supposed to be a transliteration of. Possibly Baltic? Anyway, now we can easily peace out with Okayama, but of course we don't actually want to take anything. A short truce is good enough for me. Oh, I didn't actually expect that to work. Right. So, this was tribal land beforehand, and well, I guess it's going to my subject now. Alright, once again we're going to be taking some fat dubs, including some land over here in Japan and the rest of the colonial possessions over here. This will allow us to raid the cities of wheat. Now all we have to do to finish off the other missions is take these two provinces over here. And this here will be just about enough to finish that other mission, which will grant us 25 years of reduced separatism, increased prestige, and we can also finish our paradise across the sea, which is basically just a free colonist. Even though I'm not technically supposed to be going south yet, I don't really care all too much, and I have the claims here anyway, so yeah. Not the thickest peace deal of all time, but you know what, it's not bad. Let's go ahead and grab another short truce with Ainu real quick. I know I said it was gonna be a short truce, but I lied, I kind of really want this. I didn't really feel like fighting 3 wars just to finish off Ainu. Their province war score cost used to be 201, and yeah, I really couldn't be bothered. Plus I get to finish this mission. I'm also just gonna annex this. The claims are good enough. Alright, that's the end of quantity, which will give us extra force limit plus a colonist. And we can pick up some more settler growth. Oh look, it's New Canada, not to be confused with the other New Canada, except I think that one got annexed? So really we have New Canada here, and I can only guess what the next few colonies are going to be called. Hey, we spawned the printing press. Looks like the requirements have been altered, though I have no idea what they've been changed to, considering there are no Protestant, Anglican, or Reformed provinces in existence. But you know what? I'll take it. Finally, the truce with Ainu's up again. Now we're going to let Hiroshima go here so we can do the same thing we've always been doing with Ainu. I think I'll break the alliance between these two as well. And all that's left is the peace deal. New colony, but this name's pretty boring. Let's call it something else. I'll just name it after the dynasty or something. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, this trade range definitely needs to be fixed. I don't exactly know what the problem here is, but it's not working as intended. Best I can do is ask Maine for fleet basing rights, which is stupid. So, this province is 627 away from the closest port where we have fleet basing rights. Is it really? I'm literally in this port right now. Well, that's unusual. So, as it turns out, the trade is not going to work anymore, because I will have to manually control a fully colonized province within trade range. And now that I have colonial nations, that's not going to happen anymore. Which is pretty aggravating, and doesn't help the fact that it's like 32 degrees in my room, and this is like the 12th hour of recording this campaign. So while I would like to continue this and finish off the whole Conquer Japan mission tree, I don't know if I have the mental fortitude with this bug that just crippled my economy. So I will be stopping the run here despite the fact it was quite the good mission tree, a little better than I expected. I would recommend you check out this mod, but I probably wouldn't go with any of the colonial options if this bug still persists. Instead, maybe take a look at Mexico or South America, or, well, I mean, whatever these continents are supposed to be. The Union of California looks pretty neat, and there are plenty more mission trees than what I showed off today. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was quite a while in the making. And let me know if you want to see Alki return in the future. If we can get 4,000 likes in this video, I will consider taking another look at one of the other mission trees. For now, this is Quarbit signing off, hoping you enjoyed your time here, and as always, have a fantastic day. Big thank yous to the patrons this month, especially Ben Greenhagen, Matthew Cohn, Quiet Guy, Torvald, Bouncer Steve, Sean, Robert Kaleno, Chewy Shoot, and The Watcher. Patrons get early access to videos, so if you want early access, all you have to do is sign up for the Patreon, the link is in the description. And if you're looking for more videos to watch, I recommend these ones on screen.